Again, you're not defined by one action. One action does not define you. Just because you give a homeless man $1 don't make you the greatest man on earth. So when you fuck up in life, it doesn't define you either. As you can, I mean, people are gonna judge you, whether you do good or bad, all perspective. You know what I'm saying? People can interpret things that you do however they want to do it. That's not your, people's opinion of you is none of your business. What do you do with a man that feels unmotivated? With a man that feels unmotivated, I would ask myself, how much patience do I have? Because it's one of those things where motivation is burns out, as David Goggins puts it. You know what I'm saying? Like, motivation is something like we can watch a Rocky fucking scene and be motivated, and then 30 seconds later we're back to the fucking loser that we feel we are. You know what I mean? So when it comes to that, you gotta find inspiration, right? So you have to ask the right questions to your man, if you will. Or whatever. Really, this can apply for anybody that you're with that's just feeling, you know what I'm saying, like not motivated to do anything in life. But you have to ask, what is your why? Why the fuck are we doing this shit? Like, what is it about life that gets you up every morning? Why are you going to work? Because if you know your why, you can endure anyhow, as Les Brown would say. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to understand what the fuck would every fucking day. Why we getting up, doing all this shit? Why we putting all these hours into this? Why are we trying to be better? You know what I'm saying? Trying to make money. What is it going towards? Because that's the reason why you took the job in the first place. That's the reason why you got started in the first place. Because sometimes some people just get sidetracked, right? Or you get hit with shit that will throw you off course a little bit, right? You get a curveball hits you, and you know, a curveball hits you, like, you know what I'm saying, like Mike Tyson say, everybody got a plan until you get punched in the mouth. So, you know, what happens then is, how do you respond? What are you going to do now that life has punched you in the fucking face? You have to you gotta seek within. Don't turn to alcohol, don't turn to drugs, don't turn to porn, don't turn to women, turn to yourself, and just ask yourself, really, what the fuck am I doing? And if you don't know who you are, remove everything in your life that you're not, so that you can find out who you are. Those certain things that come into your life, and people come into your life, and they can drain you. They can really, really drain you, and then you get sidetracked. You get interrupted. You get thrown off course. All these things happen when you allow yourself to be that way, if you will. So, yeah, but as for the woman that's in this situation, or man, whichever it is, you know what I'm saying? You have to be supportive, if you will. Now, you're not gonna change him. The only person that can change is that person. They have to want to change. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those things where the truth cannot be told, it can only be realized. So until you see it for yourself, you're not going to make that fucking change. Some people can change for others if they're people pleasers, but if their heart's not in it, we're gonna go back to where we were. But if you find it within yourself to better yourself daily, like find something that challenges you daily, that's where you start. So for the unmotivated man, non-motivated, whatever you English majors think I'm supposed to say watching this motherfucker. For the unmotivated individual, I would say one, therapy. Get your ass in therapy now, right now, for you to forget exactly who the fuck you are. You are just built with so much. All of us, honestly, we're human, and that right there is powerful enough. You know what I mean? To just come out every fucking day and think that everything that we have around us started as an idea. You know what I mean? All these inventions and everything that we have, it just goes to show you how powerful humans can fucking be. And you can be that, but you got to be dedicated to do it. But a lot of us get sidetracked. We become a part of the conformity. 95%, how Earl Nightingale puts it. The reason why, and he's like, how can people not become millionaires by the time they're 60 in the richest country in the world? And he goes to say it's because of conformity. Like the 95% of people don't know why they get up in the morning and go to work. They have no destination, so they're just doing it because everybody else is doing it. Everybody else got a job. But if you have a mission as to why you're doing what you do, you're working towards goals, then things can happen for you. You feel more accomplished. So to the unmotivated man, you gotta have goals. You really gotta have goals. And before you have goals, you gotta have rituals, and you need to have standards to get to these goals, right? And that aspect is Tony Robbins. Like literally, these guys are lifesavers. So I would say find mentors such as like the way that I did, and getting out of the fucking rut, because I mean, feeling like you want to not be here anymore. You want to end your life. You want to just stop. You want to stop doing everything. You're just done. Everything you tried just doesn't seem to work, and that's your ego lying to you. You know what I'm saying? And even now, this unmotivated version of you is your ego. It's not you. It's not your soul. Because the human knows it's fine just being human. But the ego always wants to be bigger than what the fuck it is or believes it is. And that's why the world is so fucked up, because everybody wants to be bigger than humanity. There is nothing above humanity. I'm telling you right now. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing more dope than just being human. And until we realize this shit, we're going to continuously get fuckery. You know what I'm saying? We're going to allow ourselves to get out of character. We're going to be things that we're not. We're going to hang around people that we have no business talking to, all kind of shit. But I'm telling you, as the unmotivated individual watching this, or, you know what I'm saying, going back to talk to your, I'll say man, whatever, woman, whatever your person is, go back and talk to them and just be like, why are you doing this? What exactly is it that why are you getting up? What is it that you want to do? And ask yourself, are you on the course of doing all those things that you want to do? And if you're not, find out ways to do it. We got the internet. There's no fucking excuse why we're not able to get what the fuck we want. Now, our parents might have been able to say that shit. You know what I'm saying? They had to work about just finding a hustle, especially black parents, you know what I'm saying? Like finding jobs and the way things were in the 60s and 70s, 80s and all that shit. We got the fucking internet now. It's a lot more interracial dating going on. Nobody's getting hosed at the fucking diners, you know what I'm saying? Like none of that shit's going on. Now we still getting shot, motherfucker, by the cops. Very true. Very true. Not gonna act like, we just been, we're that better off. But you get what I'm saying. We got the technology to figure out how to do things. So we just gotta attack it and stay the course. Even when it doesn't look like, promising at first. It's the faith that's gonna get you there. Faith is gonna get you to everything. You have to see it. All these ideas, these inventions and all that shit, these are ideas. These things were not existing just yet. These were not real. But eventually they found a fucking way. And no matter what, no matter who told them that they probably shouldn't do it. You shouldn't make peanut butter, George. You know what I mean? You shouldn't build that goddamn traffic light, motherfucker. That you shouldn't have, who told you that you can make a telephone to talk to somebody that's in another fucking area? You can't do that shit. These are all ideas, imagination. And they did it no matter fucking what. And that right there is inspiration from fucking humans. What do or did you say to yourself when you were hearing negative voices? Okay, I'm one of the masters at this shit, motherfuckers. When I get into those negative things, I say I'm a horrible father. I say I'm a horrible friend. Horrible and replace whatever the fuck you want to do to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not good enough. I'm shy. I just don't make the cut. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm a coward. I run from shit. There are so many things that go on in the brain, and these voices that are implanted in there, half of them I didn't even put there. Or not all of them, you know. So what's crazy is, like, you don't know how important mental health is until you start to focus on this shit and try to be a better person. And these things, like certain aspects of the community that you grow up in, you know, you get caught in a fixed mindset. When somebody says you can't do something, you actually believe them. And you know what I'm saying, that you're not good at something. There was one point in time somebody told me I couldn't play basketball. Like, being outside, man, that motherfucker can't play. And then somehow or another, I got better. I started to get picked on. I got put on the all-star team multiple times, like at Church and Rec League. Shout out to Church from P-Town. Was happening? And then more challenges came, and I had a fixed mindset again. So playing basketball on the JV team, I couldn't get the plays right, and I didn't put forth the effort. So I listened to everybody that was talking on the team saying that, man, I don't know the plays. And then my ego got the best of me, and I quit twice, both in 9th grade and the 11th grade, because of ego, because of my fixed mindset, because I didn't accept the challenge. I couldn't take not being revered as good versus just being good. You know what I mean? Like, putting your all into that. So all these things, all these negative things, these things I'm not so proud of in my past, when anything like remotely bad happens to me, it's like, see, that's what you get type shit. You know what I'm saying? And I actually heard that growing up. You know, my dad used to say that shit to me. And I don't think parents know how. There's no way in hell. I know for sure my daddy didn't know what the fuck. He know the impact of his actions, saying that's what you get. So what we're doing is shaming our kids and shit. And what they do, they feel bad about themselves. Like, when, you know what I'm saying, when a parent stops loving you, you don't stop loving your parent, you stop loving yourself. So you allow these things to get to you, and you're like, well, in order for me to be loved, I gotta do this shit. Now, granted, it's good inspiration sometimes, you know, it pushes a lot of people. You know, Michael Jordan being told no a lot of times, I mean, the rest is history. Terrell Owens, same thing, bullied in high school, being ugly, you know, and look at his career now. I mean, you're still ugly. Now I'm fucking around, but you know, but you get the point. What I'm saying is that there's many people that, because of their own limitations, want to tell you that you can't do shit. First off, the word "can't" does not exist, and because he that says he can, or he that says he can't, or she that says she can, and she that says she can't, we'll get this shit right, are both right. You know, because it's all about a perspective. It's all about perspective. And we find ourselves getting down in the dumps sometimes. Well, I'm talking about, like, especially moms and women with y'all big ass egos. I'm a bad mom and all this other shit. You couldn't get a damn toy for Christmas. Meanwhile, you done made sure this little motherfuckers eat all year long and had a roof over their head. And you know what I'm saying? You miss one damn basketball practice, all of a sudden you think you're a bad mom. No. That's not how this works anyway. Good, bad, all perspective. Not to mention, them fuckers weren't promised a good mother. They weren't promised a bad mother. They're just promised a mother. That's it. Same for me. You know, being a spoiled kid, being raised, feeling like you were. Looking back at shit, the way you used to behave and all that stuff, and used to getting your way and all that. You're not promised a good anything, a bad anything. It's just that. You know, you didn't ask to be here, and you know what I'm saying. So you got to understand that your folks are just older versions of you. That's it, like human wise, you know what I'm saying? Like they've already gone down a road that eventually you're going to get to. It's just going to take some time for you to get there. Now, being, you know what I'm saying, like being in a situation where you feel down in the dumps, you just, everything, you know what I'm saying, you keep digging that rabbit hole for negativity. And if you could find anything bad about yourself, you're gonna put it there, and it just keeps you stuck in that phase. I can tell you from experience, I just kept, like, I wasn't good enough. I was a shell of myself. Like, one of the most motivating individuals was just like, I am not doing this shit. I'm done. I'm scared. I'm living in fear. I don't want to do a fucking thing. I'm afraid to do something. I'm afraid to fuck this up. I got commitment issues. I got just fear in general. I was the what they say, spokesperson for fear, if you will. Like, I found a way to avoid confrontation. I found a way to avoid anything painful because the brain is wired to do that. The brain is wired to prevent you from going through anything that may challenge you. Only thing that challenges is how you're going to get better. And you have to outsmart your brain. You know, you have to master your mind, or your mind will control you. So that's the hard part of it all, is learning how to master your mind. And it's all right if you're at that stage right now where you feel that nothing can go right, nothing. But you have to be willing to look at both perspectives, because there's always negative and there's always positive in anything. Think about all the people that can find a fucking problem with every solution. You can always find something bad. It's just about, are you going to look at the perspective that's going to push you further? What do you think is going to help you when you're down in the dumps? Looking at things from a negative side, digging more rabbit holes for negativity, or are you going to do something positive that's going to put you in a position of power and empower yourself? Because you got to believe in yourself. If nobody else does, you have to do it. You got to find your purpose. You got to figure out, like, say fuck it, you know what I'm saying? And keep in mind, anything worth doing is worth doing badly. I'll say that again. Anything worth doing is worth doing badly. Like, if this is really what you want to do, make as many mistakes as you can until you learn from it, so that you can figure this shit out. Just trying to find your way out of life, you know what I mean? Like, you're not defined by one action. One action does not define you. Just because you give a homeless man $1 don't make you the greatest man on earth. So when you fuck up in life, it doesn't define you either. As you can, people are gonna judge you, whether you do good or bad, all perspective, you know what I'm saying? People can interpret things that you do however they want to do it. That's not people's opinion of you is none of your business. You know what I'm saying? So, like I say, those negative things that I would put in my head, it kept me down. I would always be, I'm telling you, I could find a negative thing like, no, I don't deserve this shit. That fucking word deserve. I tell you what, my friends can tell you, I do not care for that term deserve, because of the link, linking to entitlement. And I probably don't like it because I felt like I deserved so much throughout my life. But what I'm saying is, like, no one deserves shit. You get what you tolerate or what you negotiate. You know what I'm saying? And once you, and after it happens to you once, you can only be a victim once. And after that, you're a volunteer, whatever's going on. And you got to hold yourself accountable, because you owe yourself more than anybody else does. And I want to thank like I say, I always like to shout out these people that give me so much knowledge and keep me from the grave. wanting to go to the grave. You know what I mean? Like my best friend Takara, when she had mentioned that to me, you owe yourself more than anybody else owes you, or you feel like they owe you. You know what I mean? And it's just wanting to hold yourself accountable, and like the likes of David Goggins, Jordan Peterson, Jay Shetty, Brene Brown, Les Brown, the list goes on. Look these people up, help, you know what I'm saying, get motivated, wanting to change your life, all these things. Find more people that just have that energy. If you're trying to become more masculine, look up Rollo Tomasi and Richard Cooper, Stephens Cole, AMS, you know what I'm saying? Men, if you're, you know what I mean? Because that the world needs, we need to become more masculine as men. We do, we truly do. And women, we need y'all to be more feminine. You know what I mean? Like for those of you that feel like you have to, we need that. We need that polarity. We need that balance back in the world. I feel like that's one of the issues going on in our society, where we're off course. We're just off fucking balance. But you know, it's nothing that we're not able to get to. But I'm all over the place, but I mean well with what I say. And these negative voices, you know, at times, you know, they come back, but they don't hit me as hard as they used to. And that's only because of the information that I gathered from everybody that I just listed. So I'm forever grateful for these people who are inspiring, who are something, you know, someone to kind of take information from. I don't want you to look up to anybody anymore. I want you to take their information, because what a person said, or how information a person can give you is different from what they actually do. You know what I mean? It's like the people that stop going to a church because they find out the pastor may have done something ungodly. Now, his word that he gave you is God's word, for one, from the Bible. It's meant to inspire you. Now, what a person does is a whole other thing. And I think I touched on a lot of things. But negative voices, and so that's the shit that I would say when those negative voices try to come back for me and my brain. How can I get my man to want to take charge in our relationship? Ooh. Well, first off, I am novice in fucking relationships. As an adult, I will tell you that right now. Again, I knew how to be a good boy. I was good, I was a very good beta. The times when I was in a relationship, man, I didn't know any better. But as for being in a relationship and being learning how to be masculine, if you will, in a relationship is all about frame. Now, ladies, if you want your man to take charge, remember you have to enter his frame. He also has to give you a frame to be respected, but you're not able to fight him on this shit. You got to trust him to lead. Otherwise, why the fuck be in a relationship with a man? If you can lead your own life, then you don't need to be in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like, why be in a relationship where you are the leader? You know what I mean? Because you're probably the boss at work, and the mom of the kids. You really want to be. That's how you want to play it. You want to be charged all the damn time, just getting unnecessary anxiety, depression, and then projected on everybody in the goddamn house, and everybody got to deal with mom and whatever your name is and shit. But number one, what we all can learn as for men and women is to just recognize, what are we doing here? Like, honestly, and because again, a ship without a destination can go any fucking where. But if we know where we're going, we know what we're trying to do, then we can make shit happen. So if you want me to take charge, you gotta trust me to do it. You know what I'm saying? But if you feel like I'm not that one that can take the charge, why the fuck are you staying there? That's what you have to ask yourself as a woman. Why would you stay in a relationship where you want a man to take charge? I mean, you waiting for him? Like, he's not gonna want. He has to want to change himself. So, in order for him to want to change himself, he has to have a reason to change. He has to see things. You know what I'm saying? In order to, quote unquote, take charge. You know what I mean? Like, seeing what would be the benefits. That's anybody. We all want to do that shit. Before we signed to DirecTV, Comcast, all these things, we want to know about that benefits package. Hold on, before I joined the Air Force, what's in it for me? So, if you can find a way to present what happens when, you know, you as a man, when your man can take charge, the benefits of that, it very well might happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, and even anybody, just asking yourself before you get into a situation, how does it benefit you? You know, you have to keep yourself first all the time. You got to put your mask on before you can help anybody else. And so being with someone who might not have ever seen a man take charge, you know, he's so used to a woman being the leader and all that stuff. And that's really what happens is we grow up seeing, if we grow up seeing our women, our mothers, you know, older sisters, aunties, being the one that takes charge in like situations. So what that does is condition us to let the woman lead, and that is toxic. I mean, if you're fine, I'm gonna be wrong. Now, there's some people that are actually good with this shit. There's women that want to be in charge, and there's men that want to play the back seat. And it's fine, just let her do everything. You know what I'm saying? They're good with that. But you don't get to have that big dick energy when shit go down, though. You know, if you don't want to take charge, you know, like this all comes with the benefits package of taking charge. So a lot of times when she make decisions and you ain't all right with it, you might just have to shut the fuck up because you didn't want to take the role. You didn't want that responsibility. And that's something that we all have to accept. That's something that we all have to accept. So, you know, with great reward comes great responsibility. So there has to be something that pushes you, inspires you to want to be this better, like a better man for yourself, really, and be inspired to inspire others. Shit. You know what I'm saying? Like to give these people that are in your life that feeling that they are protected, and maybe you'll be protected, but you want to give unconditional love. First off, you want to love yourself unconditionally as a man, so that you can take charge and all these things. You got to trust in you before anything else. And I would say, like, if a man is trying to change his ways, I'll tell you what I did in order to become, I would say, more masculine than what I've shown probably before in my life, is being accountable. So get like an accountability mirror, as like David Goggins says, and he holds himself accountable. But I would say for you to read, get books, study, become part of the manosphere, study all these people, and you know, understand what it means to be masculine, and learn the differences. You know, it's like you got toxic, you know, people talk about toxic masculinity and all that shit, but it's not, being masculine is not about being disrespectful and just aggressive to get your point across. No, that's not what that's about. It's about ensuring that the people around you feel protected, and in the event that something goes down, that you would be able to protect, even with the fear. It doesn't mean that you don't have fear. I can tell you right now, I'm scared as shit about a lot of things in my fucking life, and I was never much of a fighter growing up. I was in fear. I was real scrawny and all that shit. Just traumatized as a kid. But I mean, couple hours for years in the gym helps out a little bit. It's a little, you know, it helps out, you know, a little scare tactic, if you will. But you still have to learn. You still have to learn combat. That's one of the things that Richard Cooper suggests in his book, The Unplugged Alpha, which y'all can get on Amazon right now. Free promotion for my dog because he helped change my fucking life. One of the people that helped change my life and to become a lot, you know what I'm saying, a lot better and mentally more sound and not wanting to, just crawl up in a ball and all that stuff. But yeah, to want to take charge, just better yourself, work on yourself, do the work, really. You got to understand this, okay? Women are born, men must be made, all right? A man has to create value and a woman must preserve value. I'm gonna say that one more time, all right? A man has to create value and a woman must retain and preserve her value because, you know what I'm saying? That's just the nature of what it is, you know? It's just a female first society that we live in. You can look around and see how it goes. There's people that may debate me on the whole subject. The opinions of others is not my business, you know what I mean? But you just ask yourself how things are in our society, and it'll start to make sense to you. You got to look at things especially from men, from a red pill lens. And trying to maintain red pill logic in a relationship is very fucking hard because there's this thing about like being in a relationship, and women have ways of changing things because their emotions change. You know what I'm saying? They get ideas, and you can't knock a woman for trying to. That's one thing I can say for some women. Some women are constantly bettering themselves, man. You gotta give credit to those. They want and when they better themselves, at least when they think they're bettering themselves, they want you to change too. And that's not how it works. You know what I'm saying? You don't always want to change when another person does. It's like, I'm gonna work out, you working out. Sit your ass down, Respucia. Trying to order people around and shit. You gotta wait, and then possibly you can. How about this? You start working out. You start looking better. That will inspire him to want to do it. You don't even have to say, "You come on, babe, work out with me." In your relationship, I promise you start bettering yourself. If you really want to make you know what? That's fucking perfect. I just thought about it. If you want your man to take fucking charge, start bettering yourself. Work on you. I promise you. You start working on you, that motherfucker's ego is not going to be able to take that. He over there looking like, Jabba the Hutt on the fucking couch. I'm telling you, go ahead, get in the gym, get your focus on, start working on your goals, start doing everything that benefits you, and you watch how that shit impacts. People are attracted to success, and they can't get enough of it. So all those things will help. I believe all those things will help a man want to take charge in a relationship. But be patient. Some of us, like I said, if you don't have the patience to be with that man, and after showing him these things and getting him inspired to want to change himself, then you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta do what's best for you. So that's all I really got on the whole thing about trying to figure out what to do to get your man to take charge.